from Bugeye guys. We've been spending a lot of time in the last few videos talking about front end wear. Because when the wheels aren't properly supported, it transmits through the steering wheel. You have such a perfect and wonderful sports car that can be ruined in a hurry when you have slop at every opportunity. And there are many opportunities. We've talked before about these kingpin bushings, which are commonly worn, and that will give you play that you can usually feel if you grab the wheel at 12 and 6. And you can also have play in the tie rod ends, which will give you play if you grab the wheel here at 3 and 9. So you want to make sure that the wheel is well supported by wiggling it. You want to make sure that the wheel bearings are tight too. That's another huge area. Anything that causes the tire to track imprecisely is going to be an issue that will affect drivability. So we're pretty militant about fixing all of these things. And of course, the upper link being this lever shock, that has to be right too, because now you may have everything in alignment, but if you have a floppy lever shock, your upper link is worn out, and everything matters a whole lot on these cars. Add to that the camber issues. We've got an adjustable control arm here to try to get the camber right. So there are many things that result in wear over the years. And in this video, I want to talk about one other important ingredient, which is the steering rack. Now, it's a very light car, of course. Sprites only weigh about 1,700 pounds. And this one is showing us something that we don't normally see, which is wear on the inner tie rod inside the steering box. And how I know that is from driving it. I could feel something wasn't tight. Most people probably wouldn't know that if you haven't driven hundreds of these cars like I have, but I could tell something was causing this wheel to basically flutter just a little bit. And the way that I can confirm that driving diagnostic is by grabbing it at 3 and 9 and producing that clunk. And what that clunk is this tie rod end on the inside here, inside the steering rack, has some wear in it. Of course, it's been out in the world for, 65 years, so you can't blame it. But generally, steering racks don't wear on these cars, but in this case, this one is worn. And they're roughly $200 in our parts catalog, so it's not the end of the world to change it, and that's what this particular car needs. It already has new tie rod ends, new lever shock, new tapered wheel bearings, new disc brake conversion, new kingpins as a result, well-greased kingpin bushings, and everything. It's a new control arm bushings too. Remember, you could have this 6 o'clock wear in this union in addition. So you have all of these contact points. If it's wiggling this way, it could be wiggling in and out at this control arm mount, but these are brand new as well. So the last link in the chain on this car, producing that clunk, is a worn steering rack. And so make sure next time you have your car up in the air, if you hear something that's resonating, you know something in that chain is loose. And today it's the steering rack, but it could be any of these other pieces on your Sprite. And that's what we're up to today from Bugeye guys.